Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So today's video is pretty much a video that I'm making at the cusp of the state of the game that should be coming up here very soon. The developers have, pretty much taken a break, according to some of you guys here in the comment section. In Sweden, where where Massive is based, in Malmö, Sweden, they're actually given a 3-week break, and so that's why we haven't really heard much from the development team. And the ETF is also I think completed by now, and so there's news that there are big things coming and all of that, but I don't know what you agents expect to happen tomorrow. I know there have been people who've said that there are things that will probably be fixed. Some people have said they don't care how much they fix it, they're gonna hop on other games that are coming out. Some people have said that it's too short a period of time for them to make the fixes that the community is asking for, and so it's probably not going to happen to appeal to a lot of people. Some people have said, even if they make the fixes, it's not going to bring people back to the game, and all that stuff has been said, and people have made their opinions known. And I wanted to just say what I hope and expect to happen. Now, I'm a Division player, I'm a Division content creator, and so I'm on Team Division. So regardless of how I, tackle the developers and pinpoint a lot of things that they do that I don't like or things that I complain, I'm still rooting for the Division 2 to do well. Now, why is that? Well, I'm the kind of person where I'm invested in this. I mean, call it a good or a bad investment. It's definitely something that I don't want to fail. And regardless of whether all the players that were in the game could return or not, I just want an enjoyable experience for myself. Now, it'll be nice to have a lot of players come back. I'm not going to say it's not going to be nice. I mean, a lot of players coming back to the game translates to, a lot more views, translates to a lot more interaction within the community, translates to a Discord server that's, constantly, popping and people constantly saying what's up. Anybody wants to run missions, anyone wants to raid. It makes for an active community. I'll be able to probably catch up with some of my dudes that have disappeared for months that I haven't seen or heard from, and so that will be a really nice thing to have. And many of these people, by the way, that I, play and hang out with also love and enjoy the Division 2. And so if the state of the game tomorrow, is going to be able to make a difference, then I hope that the difference it makes is pretty much, how am I going to put it? I hope it's significant enough for people to say, all right, I think we're probably going to give this game a chance. That's for you to decide. That's for the player base to decide. It doesn't, that's not based on what anybody has to say. It is your time that you're going to be investing if you decide to return or reinstall the game, or I don't know, some people say they've sold their copies, or buy the game back, or whatever it is. Because I know that the Division has gone through many, many rough patches. And to be very honest, as much as I play other games, I just don't see a game that is as appealing as a Division 2 is to me. I mean, yes, I like Ghost Recon, Breakpoint, because I feel like it shares a lot of similarities to the Division 2. So that game has got my, attention. And so I will hopefully be investing a lot of time in it, in coverage and in gameplay, and in just, interacting and, meeting a new side of the Tom Clancy universe community of gamers and all that good stuff. But at the same time, I want the Division 2 to actually just knock it out of the park and make a solid recovery, like a recovery that, was probably better than the Division 1's recovery in patch 1.4. Now, I know that's a stretch. That recovery was absolutely epic. It was groundbreaking. It was literally one of the best recoveries that a community that I've been a part of had actually ever experienced. And I hope that we can get that, that same kind of rebound. Now, this is not anybody having to beg anybody for anything, or anybody having to, start to pay lip service over, trying to bring players back. This is a thing where I just hope the developers will come out true to wanting to make the very best version of this game possible. Because if you guys remember, at launch, the game was in a good place. I think the game was in such a good place. But then the developers started to get a little twitchy and they started to, remove the rewarding aspects of the game. And that just goes with simple nerfing things. If you nerf something that somebody has spent time building, farming for, that is taking away the rewards that the game is supposed to come with. And then gear drops and gear rolls started to look really, really bad. And, you had things like, you see some gear that have like 0.1% of a stat, which means it's been programmed to have such a very low stat drop roll. And so an RNG that is pretty much unmanageable. And then there is no reason for you to farm, because min-maxing your gear is pretty much something that you're going to be dreaming of. As much as people say, you don't need to be too powerful in this game, that's the truth. But there's something that's quite nice about getting your gear set to be top notch, to have the final percent of a stat completing that gear set and that build. It's a thing for many Division players. Like, many people want to get their stats as close to perfection as possible. That's why we actually got an optimization station in the Division 1, so that we could get our stats all to, the maximum possible rolls that we could. And I've heard news that the optimization station is not coming. I think that's just a premature move. They need to bring that optimization station back to this game, because that was a good addition in the first game. There's no need taking away the things that were good in the former game and not adding it to the new game. So if that's a decision that they're making, I hope that they can come to terms and, get their minds right and bring something like that to the game. At this point, after all that the community has gone through, I think it's going to be a wonderful addition. So all that to just say, I hope that they knock it out of the park in the state of the game. I hope that they make the right decisions, they make the right choices, and bring to the table exactly what they feel are the pain points within the community's desire, the community's concerns, the community's complaints, the community's requests. They need to respond to those things. The state of the game that's coming, it doesn't need to be a 30-minute state of the game. If it's going to be a 30-minute state of the game, then it needs to start out with, number 1, this is what we're doing. Number 2, they just need to start listing things that they're going to be implementing and giving some real in-depth implementation pathways. Not just saying we're looking at this at a later date, or we're trying to do this at some time in the near future. All that vague talk is probably not going to work in their favor. I genuinely believe that they need to be specific. They need to have an objective in mind, and they need to tell the community exactly how they intend to do this. This is not the time for secret, massive, plans. Today is the 10th. When you're listening, or if you're watching this video, I plan for it to be released today on the 10th of September. And so if you know what's coming in the next few days, there's Greedfall coming soon. Then there's Borderlands 3, with, there's talk about Borderlands 3 not, probably going to be having a rough landing. I don't know what that looks like, but we'll see. There are other games that are along the works. There's Gears also, which the early access is already out, but then the main release is going to be coming out, which is going to be taking people's attention away. So the developers, if they want to serve their community, if they feel like they're serious, then they're going to come to the table and say exactly what needs to be addressed, and make sure that lines up with exactly what the community has been wanting to be addressed. If not, they can kiss this community goodbye. I hope that's not the case anyways. I hope that we have the best possible outcome when we get the information that the so-called developers have been cooking up for the past few weeks. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I'm deeply concerned. I really enjoy and I like this game, and I like the community, and I like the way it's built, and I don't want to see it fail. And so that's why I'm making this video. I want you guys to respond in the comment section. If you want to bash on the game, fine, whatever. It's okay. I think the game probably deserves a little bit of that beating anyways. But give some constructive feedback and just talk about the things that you envision will be happening here in the next few hours. All right, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for your time and audience. Thanks for listening. And I just wanted to quickly throw in thank you for almost 17,000 subs. You guys have been really cool listening to these videos, watching them. I really do appreciate you guys so much. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. Peace.